Hey everybody, good morning. It's Tracy. Today is Tuesday, March 10th, and I am on my way to work. I thought I'd jump on here right quick and give a little bit of an update since I'm feeling better. You'll probably still hear I'm kind of nasally since being sick. It kind of went through our whole household. I had it more light than the others did. Um, it got brought in from another person and it kind of just swept through. So I'm glad to have it out of the way. Hopefully, it stays away now. And if you and your family are experiencing this as well, hopefully, it's going okay for you. Not generally somebody that gets sick very often, and I usually um, try not to take medication for it, but with the fevers and things with this one, I was having to make sure that I was taking my Tylenol to reduce that fever, and even had to take last Friday off from work too, just because I was relying on that Tylenol not to have a fever, and so I didn't want to go to work and be contagious, knowing that I was not 24-hour fever free without the use of medication. So I did take Friday off as well and used it to recover. And then by Saturday morning, I was done being sick. I was tired of it. I wasn't going to stand for it. And so it makes me upset that I have to use my PTO time on not exactly fun things, doctor's appointments and being sick and everything else. And I'm like, no, I want to keep it so that I can use it to have fun and do something, you know? Um, so I went ahead and had Friday off. Saturday morning came about and I was cleaning everything before 8 a.m. I was scrubbing and washing bedding and washing clothes and getting things around and cleaning counters and Lysol. And I was Lysoling the guys while they were in bed, you know? So just trying to make sure that I was getting the illness out. I was opening the windows and turning on the attic fan to suck it out of there, and I was just over it. So by 8 on Saturday, I had my shower and I was dressing for the day. I was not going to let it keep me in bed any longer, and I was going to go about my business. So I have been feeling better since then and getting everything done. So um, just trying to explain to the guys too that we're all sick, and so everybody needs to fend for themselves. We're all adults. We all know what needs done. It shouldn't take me telling you to make sure that you're taking medicine and that you're showering and that you're cleaning your bedding and cleaning, you know, your laundry, and that you're making sure that you have tissues and that they're going in the appropriate places and everything else. I'm like, we're all adults here. So, but reiterating all of that to make sure that we get rid of the illness. And I think for the most part it has. I didn't have it as bad as the guys where they were actually getting sick. I had one moment where I felt like I was going to, but honestly, my body generally does not allow me to get sick in that manner. So mine was pretty light then. I did have fevers and chills, and worked through that on day one of it. But anyhow, that was all on Thursday when things started. But the guys had been sick basically since Monday of last week. And Thursday, I went to my doctor's appointment by myself because Trent just was not feeling it. And it was on my way back that I started to feel some symptoms. Like, I started to feel like my throat was swollen and had a lot of pressure in my frontal forehead. And so I kind of thought something was maybe going on. So when I returned to work after my doctor's appointment, I actually wore a mask the rest of the day just because I was like, man, if this is coming around, I don't want to be spreading it. And then sure enough, it was Thursday night when I spiked a temp. So, anyhow, that's a lot of rambling to tell y'all that we're doing better. And I had returned to work yesterday without any problems, just kind of tired, but no real ailments. And then Thursday's appointment was another follicular ultrasound and labs. And as we know, we kind of knew going into it that it wasn't going to be for an IUI attempt this go round. But I chose to do it so that we could gather more information. I was a bit disappointed because I had done all of that and waited for the response. Sorry guys, this is like a cool moment happening right now. It's where it's actually foggy out, but it's like lifting. And so it's like we're traveling right underneath the fog, and I'm in kind of a wooded area right here that's leading to a pasture, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So you take the little moments, you know. It was really pretty. In response from Thursday's appointment, I waited for that message to come through, and basically it did, and it just said basically that my ovulation window had closed and report cycle day 1 moving forward, you know, which is fine. That's what we expected. But I was looking for more information. And so I was fretting about it and emailed the team back, which I think my doctor is out, because if we remember right, I had tried to schedule a doctor's appointment before in January, and they said that the doc was going to be out and the earliest appointment was going to be March 12th. And so I believe she's out, and that this is a different doctor that's reviewing my information. And that's also why I probably have a different nurse reporting back to me. Just not used to my style and how we communicate and things like that. My team is generally on it and very understanding that I need data to process and reduce stress. And so when that was all that the message said, it was kind of like, yeah, no joke. That's what we said going into this. But I emailed back basically and was like freaking out. So it was just word vomit. And I'm like, no, I need more than that. You can't just tell me that. I need to know, like, why do I keep getting these cysts? You know, is it because I have PCOS? Is this something that's going to constantly occur? Because it didn't occur whenever I first started this journey, and now it's like every time I'm getting cysts. What's going on with that? You know, and then like whenever I had went in for the follicular ultrasound on day 9, you know, they were already reporting that my labs were showing that I've already ovulated. Why would it show that I've already ovulated, you know? Okay, y'all, hold on. Sorry. Appreciate you bearing with me for a second. Safety is top priority here, though I do want to talk to y'all and get this information out. But where we had like flown under the fog, now we're in the midst of it. And that little part right there, that little divot, had very limited visibility. So anyhow, just playing it safe, making sure that I'm doing everything that needs done to make this a safe trip to work. All right. I can hear my dad right now yelling at me for filming. while driving. But we're being safe. Everybody's good. I've reduced my speed. My lights are on. I'm approaching the highway. That's what we're hearing right now is the roaders. It is just very foggy right here. All right, so I was also telling them that, or just asking, like, how does my ovulation window end by day 9? Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a possibility, was to have it end that early. I've been under the assumption that we ovulate beginning on day 12 to 14, and they're telling me that I have already ovulated and come to an end by day 9. That doesn't make sense to me. Why would that be accurate? And, ultimately in the message, in my freak out, I'm like, what's wrong with me? Something's obviously wrong with me, right? Like, this isn't normal. And anyhow, I sent that message off, and I did get a response, which I appreciate. And it was from the other nurse that was reporting to my case that day. I believe that that's the doctor that's providing coverage. I believe that that's her doctor. And that's why she does things in the manner in which she does it, is how their team operates. But she did respond, and I'm very thankful for that. She responded back basically with saying that she wishes that nurses were able to provide more information or give a different response. But if I wanted further detail, I'd have to talk with my doctor. All that given said, I do believe that she tried to communicate more with me for some understanding and clarity. So before saying that, she had said that chances are that it could be the medications that I'm on that's causing me to have the cysts. And when she said that, it makes a lot of sense, because a lot of this didn't start occurring until they tripled, I'm going to say when they tripled the letrozole. That was back October-ish. And that's when we started having a cyst every scan. Now, it's not the same cyst, mind you. It's back and forth and all over. Right. And so she said that much, and then she said my ovulation window may be much shorter, to where I have already ovulated by day 9 because of my advanced maternal age. And though those words hurt, they also make sense. That's something I can accept. That's a good reason. It provides me with understanding. And so we can use this information moving forward for better clarity. And that's what I was needing in that moment. So that's what's going on. I am pulling up to work right now. I'm backing into my parking spot. So if you were wondering what in the world is going on, we are safe. We have arrived. We have arrived early. So to sit here and kind of finish up with y'all, that's what had been said. I'm appreciative of that nurse taking the time to explain a couple of those things to me and possibilities. And I understand that that is a possibility. She is not clearly saying to me or providing advice that that's exactly what's going on, but that those things could affect this process in that manner. So, take it for what it is, y'all. But I am just waiting now to report next cycle day 1 And hopefully, given this extra data, whenever my doctor looks at it, we can get a better understanding and change that timeline is basically what it is. So instead of feeling like I have 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, it feels more like I have 1 week on, 3 weeks off. It's kind of, well, it's not even like that. It's kind of like 1 week on, 2 weeks off, 1 week, I don't even know, because you would normally have, I basically have 1 week to menstruate and ovulate and conceive in now, is how I look at it. And then I have a 2 week wait to find out if we were successful at conceiving. And then I don't know what that last week is, just a bonus week. Doesn't feel like a bonus, it feels like a waste. But it is what it is. I can't change it. I can't change it. So we just gotta use this information and move forward. Goodness sakes, I don't know what else really. Not all about me. There's lots of different things happening right now. So I'll take the moment to mention that I've got a niece graduating this year. She turns 18 and she graduates the next day. And I'm excited because I'm looking forward to going to that graduation where she will be valedictorian for her class. And, she's got many opportunities at her door. And so there's many things that are happening outside. That's just one of them. But I realize that while I'm still on my path and that there's struggles and hardships, there's many, many amazing things happening right now. And so very grateful for the opportunity. And I'm hearing from more of you, and I appreciate that. It does seem like, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it feels lonely or like I'm in my head with this whole thing. And then out of the blue, somebody who's following along somewhere will either message me privately or make a comment on a post or a video and just give me some reassurance that I'm not alone in this. And that's very much appreciated. Honestly, this is way outside of my comfort zone. Getting on here, doing recordings, talking to people about such a thing. And that's exactly why I did it, was because I wanted to build a community. I felt like I needed the support through this, and I've definitely got that in spades. So I just appreciate y'all watching, and I will get on here and hopefully do something maybe a little different here soon. It does feel like I'm more confident and comfortable talking and recording in the car on my drive because I'm doing something else, as y'all saw. And I'm just kind of talking and getting it out of my head. And I know it's ridiculous because, people at home are definitely the people that I'm most comfortable with, but I'm still not comfortable recording in front of them, really. So I try to sneak off and do something where it's just me. But hopefully I'll show y'all something fun because we've got time to waste here. So I've got different things going, different projects. I tend to start things, though, and not finish them. And that's probably because my mind needed something to focus on at that time. And then once that moment's passed, I kind of just dropped the project. But I'm trying really hard to finish some things. And so I've got a few things going that maybe I could show y'all on. Some purchases here recently, too. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you want to know or what you want to see in the comments, and I will see what I can put together because we've got some time to go through some things, and I'm sure y'all have questions or curiosities. So go ahead and comment what you'd like to see or hear or talk about, and we'll see what we put together. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm going to get to work. Bye.